Awesome. Fantastic. Okay, guys, I am here with Sarah. If this is the first of this video series that you're watching, please go and connect with the playlist. I will put, if you're not on the playlist, I will put the link in the description here. We have Sarah, who is a part of our Inspire tribe here. We are one of the top Team Beachbody coaches in Canada, top 4% in the network. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I just found out, amazing new coaches who earned the success starter spot in the test group of our latest program, 30-Day Breakaway, which is a lifting and running program. And I think, Sarah, it's so important for people to realize that it is a lifting and running program, because in some of the very first moments of the sample workout, which is all I have to go on at this point, and I've still done it 3 times, I love it, is Dallas says, a good runner is a strong runner. So Sarah, thank you so much for your time and sharing your experience with us in the corporate test group. I mean, that is a big deal. And you know, huge that you earned that as a success starter. But tell me your first impressions when you got that email, you were in the 30-Day Breakaway test group. What were your thoughts? Where were you in your own fitness journey? Tell us a little bit about all of that.
Okay, so I've been with Beachbody since 2018, but haven't like religiously stuck to a program, was kind of in and out. So I really went full throttle at the start of 2020 and started coaching in March, really grew my business and got this. And when I found out that it was running, I was so excited. My coach, Shelby, she told me about it and I was just like, this is just meant to be. I was training for a 10K and I needed that extra like oomph with my lifting to get me there. So when I first started, and even today, I was just like, oh my gosh, this program is like killer. It is so hard, but it's the absolute best program I think I've ever done because it's so hard. And like mentally by day, I don't know, I'm looking at my old calendar right now, like day 17, I was like, holy crap, like I am doing this. This is incredible. So I like have nothing but good things to say about this program. It's my favorite. Dallas has a spot in my heart. And it was incredible because in the test group, there was over 900 of us. So we all were like cheering each other on. It's amazing.
That is so awesome. And so I love that you said, like, you know, halfway through the program, you were feeling so empowered, you know? And I know some of the other girls said, you know, they touched on the fact that it's not just a physical transformation that you get with this program. It's that mental and fulfillment of accomplishment that you can do something that is hard. Like we can do hard things sort of thing, right? So tell me, like, where you are already training for a 10K, how do you think, like, specifically this program helped you, you know, even more in the training, not only get the results that you got in those 30 days, but continue past the 5K to a 10K? How do you think that they work together?
So the lifting portion is like in the sample workout, it's exactly that same pace. It is super fast. You're in and you're out. You're dying, feeling like jello after. And that she really emphasized lifting first and then immediately after going for your run, because you're still in like that fat burning stage. So I really was conscious that I did my workout and then went for a run right after. So that right there just skyrocketed everything. When I went for my 5K, I finished it. I actually shaved off a full minute off of my other times that I've done 5Ks, like in the past years I went through. And it was just like absolutely incredible. I find the lifting really pushed you to that next level. And so many times when you're running, she just has the perfect things to say to you about your form. So it helps you breathing and relaxing. And the one thing that she said to me that is still stuck with me to this day is you have to be uncomfortable to like move forward. So in the past, I was just running at a regular speed, wasn't pushing myself. Now I go out, I'm dying, hating my life probably the first 3 minutes, but I pushed myself. I got uncomfortable to get the results. And that, I think, if you're not willing to get uncomfortable and step outside your comfort zone, you're not going to have a transformation either physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all that stuff. So
I love that. And I think that can just lends itself to everything in life.
mm-hmm.
You know, and I always tell people when I got started on my fitness journey, well, I started by walking for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I was like, just put a little jog to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thought that I could go from 250 pounds walking for 10 minutes to literally 6 months later, I think I was training for a 10K. I was still about 220 pounds, but training for a 10K when I couldn't even walk around the block. The one thing I love about running, and I really think that this program is going to show people, is that by like exactly what you said, if you are willing to get a little bit uncomfortable and just push past that a little bit more each day,
Mm-hmm.
it's incredible the results that you can get mentally and physically.
Yeah. And she also, during it, like, she lets you walk, and she says, if you're an advanced runner and you're able to keep running at a slower pace, do it. If you're new to running and you feel like you need to walk a little bit, do it. It's whatever is right for your body. And the one thing that I really liked is she's not measuring the whole run. Oh, you're going to just go and run 500 meters, or you're going to go run a kilometer right now. It's all about RPE. And so your rate of exertion. So she's like, okay, you're going to start, and you're going to start at a pace of like 2 to 3. So you should be able to hold a conversation right now. And then you're able to gauge, okay, I'm at a 2 to 3 now, or I'm at a 9. And 9, you're like huffing and puffing, barely hold a conversation. So that's what I like, because my rate of exertion is going to be different than yours. It's going to be different than all the other girls, right? So it's not comparing distance. It's about your perceived exertion, what your body can do.
I love that. I love that, Sarah. So what would you, okay, so you have somebody, okay, I'm going to ask you 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
You have somebody like yourself who's already a runner. I know what it's like to be a runner. Oftentimes we think we've got this.
Yeah.
Right? I remember thinking I can just, if I want to lose weight, I'll just run more or longer or whatever. But actually every half marathon I train for, I gain 10 pounds because you need to fuel your body to do that. Right.
Yeah.
So somebody who may not be used to cross training or using programs or products other than running, what would be your advice to them when trying to incorporate this new program into what they know already of being an existing runner?
Mm-hmm. So there's going to be 3 calendars that get released. So the first one is a calendar that you don't have time to do both in a day. So it's really good for beginners, I think. You can either do, it's like running and lifting every other day. Then there's the regular calendar. And for those runners who think they got it and know it, there's an advanced calendar. And that's where you put in more kilometers. You run and are lifting every single day. So that's good. And also the runs, you're not just going out and running. It's all intervals and sprints and focusing on different things each run. So one run, you may be focused on soul sprinting and you're doing short stints of sprints. Some runs, you may be focusing on consistency. So you're going to run for 5 minutes and keep the exact same pace that whole 5 minutes. So that's what really I find makes a good runner and will get those people who think I know how to run better and stronger, because you're like digging deeper into running. You're not just running, you're really finding those niches and working on those.
I love that. I love that, because I went from a trained runner to just running, just jogging really. And I want to kind of get stronger and better again like I was before. So I love that. Sorry, I'm getting dark here as the sun is setting. One more question for you, Sarah. I just love that you guys had this awesome opportunity to experience this. So somebody who has never run before and they are like, Oh my goodness, this is so far out of my comfort zone. That's something I always thought was for other people and not for me. I know personally some people who are mega fit and say, oh my gosh, I couldn't run a kilometer, save my life.
Yeah.
So, which is a mental block because of course they could, we're all capable of way more than we think we can do. What advice to get them in the right mindset would you tell them about this program?
So one thing that's really good is you can do this program. You can walk the entire 30 days if you don't want to run at all. I think I saw, was it in her Instagram video? She said you can do it on a bike.
Yes.
Or something else.
Yeah.
So if you're totally not comfortable running, you have other things. And she really just walks you through it. So when I started, I was like super excited, but also really scared because I was like, oh my gosh, like actually having a trainer in my ear telling me what to do, like I'm not gonna be able to do this. But she really walks you through it, talks to you. I feel like I'm running right beside her. She gives you the motivation when you need it. So when you're running and you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm only 5 minutes in, I can't do this. She says like, keep going. You're meant for running. Your body is meant to do this. We're humans. We're meant to run. We're meant to go fast. So those little bits of motivation I find really helped, especially when you get into the longer runs, you really need that. So anyone who's beginner, just try it. Like step outside your comfort zone. I promise you, and I guarantee you are going to be so proud of yourself just after that first day when you realize like, oh my gosh, I did it. I cried on my 5K just because I was like, oh my gosh, I knew I could do it, but I actually did it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I find it so emotional too because it's such an accomplishment. It's not just the physical. And I think not just this program, but so many of the programs that we have, Sarah, is why I tell people that what we do is a lot more than physical transformation. It starts with us pushing ourselves through these programs, but the strength and the confidence comes from inside. And I think a lot of people hold themselves back thinking that that strength and confidence needs to be there first.
Exactly.
But it comes from the action that we do when we do feel fearful and, not sure of the unknown. So I love that you share that. You were so emotional.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like with the 3 calendars, if you are so scared and you're like, I can barely like walk down the road or whatever, start with I think it's called the time crunch calendar, where it's a run and a lift every other day. Then you can do it a second time over and you can do the regular calendar. Then you can do it a third time over and you can do the advanced calendar. So each time you're going to do it, you can totally have a totally different experience. And all 3, you end up doing a 5K at the end.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Sarah. Post this, guys, like I said, in YouTube, but I'll also post the link to the other interviews as well as our free info Snoop group. So guys, what you're going to find is this program that Sarah had the opportunity to do. You're going to find information. You're going to find the free sample workout that you can try as many times as you want. I said I've already done it 3 times. Anytime my husband's like, I'm too sore to work out today, you're on your own. I'm like, yes, I'm doing this.
It's so good.
I'm like, no problem. See you later. And you're going to be able to connect with our tribe, feel our vibe in there, learn about when you can get started with it, VIP early access for customers, coaches, or if you want to sign up early as a discount coach or a working coach and do this at the same time. You're going to find all of that in there. And then when you get started, you're going to be able to be a part of our tribe's VIP test group. So Sarah, thank you. And hope to see you guys all in there. Thanks so much for your time, sweetheart.
No problem.